this. This is Eric. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna demonstrate a principle, which is from uh, boxing, pointing out that boxing, as we know it today, is influenced by the Filipino martial arts and knife fighting. So what I'm gonna do, I'm going to show a transition from the Filipino boxing, and to point out that boxing, as we know it, is influenced by Filipino knife fighting, which is called Panantukan. So the first one, okay, now I'm in a boxer position. Okay, so like a jab, cross, hook. Now, in the early part of the 20th century, some of the Americans, when they came to the Philippines, they fought like this: the John L. Sullivan fight, standing toe-to-toe, trading blows with very little footwork. When they got to the Philippines, the boxers, the style of boxing is influenced by the boxing as we know it today, which is jab, cross, hook, and a lot of footwork. Okay, jab, cross, hook. Also, as you notice that in modern boxing, what they do, the boxers, instead of blocking, what they do, they just do a slight parry, or slight parry this way. They don't overcommit themselves when they're blocking. And I'm thinking about in the Philippines, what they do with a knife. Guy try to cut you. You try to cut. What you do, you do a very light cut. You don't want to overcommit. Somebody jab you with a knife. You don't want to overcommit, because a good knife fighter, what he'll do, he sees that overreaction. What he can do, set you up for a counter cut. So the parries that you see in boxing, I think this when you do a knife fighting, you're doing a small cut. This was doing a small cut. You want to nick the hand with a knife, and then once you nick it, then you can come up with a stab, stab, stab. Okay, now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put it down using empty hand version. So I'm gonna do a parry. Once I do a parry, that's a jab, cross, hook. Or I can do parry, jab, cross, uppercut. Now, with a knife, it's a cut, it's a stab, stab, uppercut, and then you do a hook. So just to get your idea. So the boxing, so what I'm doing, I'm transporting boxing from blades to empty hands back to the blades. So it's a jab, cross, hook. Shadow box a little bit. Now I'm gonna put the blades down, do the same thing empty-handed. Go back to the blades. Okay, leave me a comment. Okay, tell me what you think. Watch and enjoy the tape. If you got any comments, please share.